We are all going to make it. And we are now proud owners of a football team. That's soccer for all y'all Americans.
And we're taking this soccer team to the Premier League, or at least that is the goal. What does this mean, and what does this have to do with NFTs? Well, stay tuned to find out more. And as always, welcome to Goats and the Metaverse. And look at our shiny new branding. We've even got animations going on. We are getting fancy.
What?
Look
I,
at that. Stanley, how are you?
I am excited. I don't know what I'm more excited about. Our new branding. Uh hint, ETH is up. All right. Or what we're gonna talk about on today's show, because who else doesn't want to own a football team or pretend they do or have an NFT that gives you something to do with a football team?
Who doesn't? But I am more excited, I think, about our branding. Give us your comments. What do you think? Do you like it? Don't like it? Anything we want to change? We are excited about being goats and being turned into our little goatee characters. But let's talk about the markets. We did say ETH is up. I think that is 7 days in a row. Small gains every day
No,
going up.
really?
Oh yeah, we may be going towards some pretty exciting territories. Was that the local bottom that we saw? ETH dipping below $1,000 now, okay, consistently climbing up. And what does that mean for the NFT market? Well, let's see what our daily floor price check-in is saying. We have a mixed bag, but we do have some good price appreciation continuing in some of the collections. Goblin Towns is up, Boonbirds still up, Konex is up, World of Woman, and others are holding strong. Azuki feels like it's been at 11 ETH for as long as I can remember and has almost turned into a stable coin. And Fidenza's still holding strong at 83 ETH. So as much as people speak about being in a bear market, 83 ETH for a Fidenza, that's $83,000. 95 ETH for a Bored Ape, that's over $100,000. Still some pretty strong price holdings in the market. It gives me an impression that there's some good, strong stuff coming.
Absolutely. And let's talk about a mint that honestly I was a little bit excited about. It's been a bit controversial, or some people say they like it, they don't like it. The price is too high. I don't know. WAGMI United, standing for We Are All Going to Make It, is a football team or sponsors of a football team called the Crowley. It's actually a real British soccer team in England, and we bought it, not us, the internet. A bunch of investors came together, bought the team, and now I guess they're raising money through their NFT collection, where you have a say in what the team does. You have exclusive rights. You get to make team decisions by owning an NFT. And for 0.35, which in today's market is about $440, you get an Adidas jersey with a chromey squiggle on it, along with some other merchandise. Uh, I thought this was a pretty cool deal. The internet was not kind, my friend, and they were blasting this thing way too expensive in this winter. I can't afford that kind of money. It is way too much money. I have seen MFers spend 10 Ethereum on a doodle of a guy named Kevin. Like, stop it. This is real deal. There's some big names associated with it. Gary Vaynerchuk, G Money, G Funk. There's a bunch of other people. It's actually a cool concept. I think this is different. Maybe because I'm a passionate sports fan, but I also think if it feel what's the show about the American guy that comes to coach soccer in England. I feel like it has that feel to it. What's the famous show? Oh, I forgot.
I know what you're talking about, and now the name has escaped me. I love the show. It's on Apple TV, and I've now forgotten it. But while we're thinking of that, let's talk more about WAGMI United and the concept. So what they're saying is they've bought a pretty unknown football team called Crawley Town, and their goal is take it to the Premier League. And how are they going to take it to the Premier League? Well, they are going to decentralize it. They are going to make it accessible and available to its fans, that their fans who are NFT holders can make decisions about the club and get involved in those day-to-day decisions that need to make this team into a star. It's a pretty interesting concept. We're seeing that happen in basketball. We've seen it happen in a couple of other places. And this idea of co-owning a sports brand and being a true fan, the utility of that, being able to be part of those decisions. I know I've been on this couch watching a game and going like, I wouldn't have done that. I can't believe they brought on that player at that point in time or sold that player. And now you really can have a voice, which is interesting. Well, how does that then link into the performance of the club? What in real life events do you get access to, etc.? All of that unclear and unknown, but this is an experiment of how NFTs can redefine the experience of being a football club and being a fan. They call it the Internet's team. I like the branding. This is the Internet's team. It's the crowd versus Goliath, whoever Goliath is in this day and age in the world of soccer. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I like the backstory. I like why they talked about why they decided to buy a football team, because soccer is such a cultural phenomenon. It connects the whole world together. NFTs are known to connect the whole world together. I also, if you think about it, how creative they could get with some of their branding and marketing and the things they could do. Now they're going to have, 10,000 passionate MFers bothering
12,000.
Cristiano. I'm sorry? 12,000.
12,000.
Well, whatever. 12,000 passionate MFers bothering Cristiano Ronaldo to leave his Premier League team so he could come play on the Crowley football team. I mean, I think it's going to, worst thing it could do is make some great viral videos and some great viral tweets happen. And listen, I think they're providing you value right off the bat. They are giving you a real jersey, sponsored by Adidas. There's a chromey squiggle on it. I mean, there's been, I'm shocked by why not buy into this project. I did buy into it this morning. And I'm not trying to pump my own bag, but I think they're providing you real value here. Yes, it's a bear market. Yes, there's been some communication flaws from their team. Some things they keep pushing. They pushed off the mint by a few days. They haven't communicated certain things properly. But I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens. I think the concept is unique. It's different. And I think it's something that people can get behind. Ted Lasso is the show, by the way. We could make our own Ted Lasso become a reality.
Ted Lasso in the Internet's team. That is the dream. That is the promise. I think there's a couple of things that maybe people are still a little sensitive to. 0.35 is an ETH price. And when they see the ETH price at 0.35, even though you can translate it to dollars, it's cheaper than your other mints. We spoke about this on the other show. That still seems like a trigger price. Like people are like, wow, 0.35 ETH. So I think that is one challenge. And then the supply is 12,000. So you've got 0.35 ETH, you've got a 12,000 supply. You still got to bring it back to the fundamentals of the mechanics of the drop, and people are looking at it in that dimension. There's been other drops that are smaller mint loans. 10,000 is kind of like the stable number. Going beyond 10,000, people think, wow, that's a big supply. Below 10,000, that's a small supply. So you have a high price, big supply for a great concept, but unclear on how does this play out, and how do you, as a degen, profit out of trading this idea of being part of the Internet's team.
Well, here's the thing, and this is the last thing I'll say about this. We talk about it all the time on the show. 95% of the projects are not going to make it, right? So if you analyze it over that, and you actually look at this and there's some substance behind it, there is some utility. I mean, if you get a game, if you get a jersey and you get an opportunity to go to a soccer game in England, is that worth it? Is that enough, right? Or if they rent out a stadium in the United States and the football team comes, plays against a local team here, and they invite everybody over for a free game, is that enough for you? Or is it always about making the money? Because I think the experience is going to be important. And I think they're giving you real utility. It's connected to a real life experience. I think the fact that you can make decisions, we don't know what those decisions are going to be and how important they are. But I just, like I said, I'm in my head, like I'm stuck on the fact that there's going to be a bunch of people bothering celebrities and the best soccer players in the world to go play on this unknown team. And the craziest part is, if this team does make it into the Premier League and becomes the best team in the world, what a story is that going to be? I mean,
That will be a story.
it's always about the story. We have an opportunity to make a story happen. I want to be along for the ride. WAGMI, we're all going to make it. That's all I have to say.
Well, Stanley is all in on WAGMI, and if you are excited about the project, you too can be Ted Lasso and buy the NFT. They're on the private sale today, but I believe that'll be opening up to a public mint in a few hours, so you still have that opportunity. You've heard everything about it right here on Goats in the Metaverse. We hope you like our new branding. Give us a comment about it, and a reminder, we're here to have some fun, teach you about the world of NFTs. This is not financial advice, and we will see you again mañana.
Mañana.